Shalom, Shalom, the honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, praise and teaching. This word of truth from sincerity is always. The honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, preaching. I already said that, Salakia. Without any further ado, just gonna give my all praise, Lord, to Yahweh, Basham Nashai as well, and get into this lesson here. Going into the planets. Yahweh Shai mentions many planets in the scriptures, mansions in the scriptures. Here, specifically John 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. And I was just watching some of the videos that I saw on these planets, and on some of them. Check this. The galaxy and stuff.
Sphere no wider than a city. This is the object that can be left behind when a massive star dies. Because all that mass is compressed so tightly, these celestial giants can spin at incredible speeds. Astronomers have clocked them spinning 600 times per second. This rapid spin can blast beams of radiation appearing as a cosmic lighthouse. It is a cosmic engine so fast and so dense, it warps space-time itself. What should we cover next? Leave a comment. Spinning 600 times per second.
So you got this little star here, I guess, whatever it might be, that spins 600 times per second.
At incredible speeds. Astronomers have clocked them spinning 600 times per second. This rapid spin can blast beams of radiation and spin at incredible, compressed so tightly, these in a city. This is the object that can be left behind when a massive star dies. Because all that
when a star dies, these things can spin 600 times per second. See, and that's how you know that's the technology of the Lord, how the Lord made these things to work and be. It said here, it is the most extreme. This is the most extreme object in the universe that isn't a black hole. A neutron star is the corpse of a massive sun, crushed down to the size of a city. The density is so high that a single sugar cube of this material weighs as much as Mount Everest. Gravity here is 200 billion times stronger than on Earth.
mass is compressed so tightly, these celestial giants can spin at incredible speeds. Astronomers have clocked them spinning 600 times per second. This rapid spin can blast beams of radiation appearing as a cosmic lighthouse. It is a single teaspoon of a neutron.
So that gives you an idea of some of these things in space over there. It says here, John 14:2 serves as a promise of hope, shifting the focus from earthly troubles to an eternal heavenly home. Come on. To an eternal heavenly home. The heavenly home is the kingdom. Let me keep reading here. The exact phrase in the Father's house are many mansions is mentioned once in the Gospels. There, it says there, specifically in John 14:2. The verse appears in the context of Yahweh Shai farewell discourse to his disciples before his crucifixion. Come on. So that line, famous line there, it's only mentioned in the epistle of John's Gospel. translation, modern translations often render the Greek word monai as rooms or dwelling places instead of mansions. Same thing. Rooms, dwelling places, mansions. The Greek word is monai. I think that's how you say it. It says, "My Father's house" refers to heaven, a place of dwelling in God's presence. Many rooms/mansions signifies ample space for all believers in God's kingdom, emphasizing a permanent home. Prepare a place indicates that Yahweh's death and ascension are necessary to open the way for believers to be with God and the power of Yahweh. Trustworthiness as well. Yahweh asserts his reliability by that quote by saying, "If it were not so, I would have told you." Meaning the phrase refers to ample space in God's presence rather than physical opulent buildings, and that's they're going off there. He was referring to mansions, their planets. Context: it is a part of a promise to prepare a place for believers. God. To prepare a place for believers. God. Yeah, you can take that literal and you can take that spiritual. That's all. We like to use that in a literal context a lot. Going into the mansions, the planets. The Lord has planets He's going to send that that's already been made, that He has prepared for us. Each one of us is His elect. And I gotta get this as well here. Last week I went into this the same topic.
This is the magnificent final.
It's like 3 weeks ago, last month. If you want to check that out. This is a part 2 to this. In my Father's house are many mansions. This is what Yahweh has for us, His elects. Son of His elects. Astronomers just found a planet that acts like a giant cosmic mirror. It is called LT9779b, and it is the most reflective object in the known universe. Most planets absorb light. Each reflects only 30%, but this world reflects 80% of everything that hits it, making it shinier than Venus. So you got planets that can reflect everything, have a strong reflection. Wish I had a photo of it, but I don't. I'll try to look it up on here. So they actually don't have any real photos of these planets. And I really don't know how or what where Esau gets this information from. Basically, this planet here is the planet I'm speaking on, as they say, reflects more light than a mirror. God. So imagine actually being in that planet. How would it look like? How would it feel like? I imagine too. You have certain planets that the sun might be blue instead of the regular sun we have that we see. Yeah, and you have other planets that might look red. The sky might look red and stuff like that. I wonder what it would look like and be like to be in one of those planets like that. God. I wonder what it would look like and be like to be in one of those planets like that. Just a curious question there. Experiment there. Here you got this planet here. I think it's the same one. No, it's not the same one. But it says right here about this one here. May rain titanium. This planet right here. Whole different run one. You see the purple blue light there on the next to it. Next to it there, that can bring purple atmosphere energy to you in that planet if you were in that planet. May have certain vibrations, emotions you can reconnaissance in those planets we are in there. This planet may rain titanium, reflects more light than Venus or Earth, a mirror-like world of metal clouds that shouldn't exist. And it might, to a to to a nigga, to an idiot, that might sound like, why would you want a planet that rains metal on you? But you don't understand the benefits to that, how we're gonna have these godlike bodies. And then with the battery, the earth is just a battery, and the atmosphere that can manipulate, give you certain emotions, play with your emotions, give you certain energies, feelings you have when being in that planet, certain frequencies other planets may have. This blue light on this planet that shines instead of the regular sunlight, that color of this light that we see on this earth here, can give you a more different type of emotion, spirit, vibe behind it. There's the science behind that. Like when the sun touches your skin when you look at it, and be in there, out there. There's a difference when it's cloudy and foggy, and the emotions you get from when it's cloudy and foggy, like if you were to live in Alaska, and the weather as well. Then too, when it wouldn't be so cloudy and foggy, and the sun hitting your skin, hitting your skin, and the feeling you have when the sun hits your skin, and when you see it by it, when you see it as well by it being out there. Okay, we're getting back to this. This is John 14 and 2 again. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. My Father's house refers to heaven, the place of dwelling in God's presence. Yeah, because this ain't our dwelling. Brothers will have mansions, literal mansions, physical mansions, but on top of that, brothers are also gonna have your own planets, galaxies. Then it says one and one and yeah, one and one. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Jumping down to verse 5. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That was the space was already made. 5. And God called the light day, and the darkness He called night, and the evening and the morning were the first day. 7. And God made the firmament and divided the waters which were under the firmament from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so. And God said, jumping down to verse 14, and God said, let there be lights in the firmament of the heaven to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and for seasons and for days and years. 15, and let them be for lights in the firmament These are stars, planets. You got planets that rain diamonds.
Until 1992, we didn't know if a single planet existed outside our solar system. The night sky was a collection of lights with no known shores. Now the NASA Exoplanet Science Institute has...
Like they show you there in that image. They showed you a planet that's green, got green lights coming out of it, green looks like green fire coming out of it. Then another one that looks red, then another one that looks like a mix of blue and gray, and then white, and then black, and then gold stripes.
Until 1992, we didn't know if a single planet existed outside our solar system. The night sky was a collection of lights with no known shores. Now the NASA Exoplanet Science Institute has officially confirmed 6,000 worlds, with 8,000 more candidate signals lurking in the void. Data points waiting to be unmasked. We've found planets with the density of styrofoam, mirror worlds, pink giants, and worlds where it rains jewels. We've found super-Earths covered in liquid lava and Jupiters that orbit their stars in hours. As NASA's Sean Domagal Goldman notes, this is...
So you can also have a planet where the sun's only up for 2 hours, and then it's down for 20 hours, and then it's blue. And then the rain there, the clouds there can look a deep blue, and then it can rain a light blue, dark blue, and then a green, bright green. So these things are amazing. Think about it.
just a milestone. It's a shift in how we view the void. The mission has now pivoted. The Habitable Worlds Observatory is no longer looking for planets. It's hunting for biosignatures. We've stopped asking if they exist and started wondering, what's hiding in the dark?
Yeah, no, yep.
Voyager 1 is currently nearly 25 billion kilometers from Earth. In 2012, it crossed the heliopause, the invisible frontier where the sun's breath fails and the cold, dense plasma of the galaxy takes hold. Its instruments recorded a sharp 40-fold increase in electron density as it left the solar bubble. The sound you're hearing is the audible translation of plasma oscillations, the ringing of ionized gas vibrating in the deep, a faint, persistent hum of a medium shaped by the shock waves of ancient supernovae and distant stars. Voyager is now a silent messenger in the deep void, its radio whispers taking nearly 24 hours to reach a world it can no longer see. This is Synapse Snaps. Join the hunt. The sound you're hearing is the audible translation of plasma oscillations, the ringing of ionized gas vibrating in the deep.
So hopefully you're hearing that. If you're listening, actually listening to this, the guy's speaking about how there's sound in the space. There's sound in the space, and if you were to go to space, there's sound there. You can hear there.
A faint, persistent hum of a medium shaped by the shock waves of ancient supernovae and distant stars. Voyager is now a silent messenger in the deep void, its radio whispers taking nearly 24 hours to reach a world it can no longer see. This is Synapse Snaps. Join the hunt. Scientists have just discovered one of the universe's largest spinning structures, a cosmic filament stretching a staggering 50 million light years across. Scientists have just discovered one of the universe's largest spinning structures, a cosmic filament stretching a staggering 50 million light years across. This massive thread of dark matter and galaxies reveals something incredible. Within this colossal structure, a row of galaxies, 5.5 million light years long, are rotating in perfect harmony with the filament itself. It's a rare, synchronized cosmic dance.
This is like a, look at this, man. This is like a galaxy. You can even call that a planet. A planet that's a galaxy in the shape of a cylinder. You can go inside of, and it's just another whole another galaxy in there. It's a whole other space. These things are just amazing how the Lord. That's why it's in Psalms as well. I gotta get this here. So the man of the Lord knew about planets. Psalm 8 and verse 3. When I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place. John 1 and 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Yeah, you got the planets. They were there in the beginning. They were there before the earth was fully made. Going back to Genesis 1 verse 15, and let them be for lights in the firmament for the, of the heaven to give light upon the earth. And it was so. 16, and God the power Yahweh made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, it's the sun, and the lesser light to rule the night, the moon. And he made the stars also. The stars are the planets. 17, and God set them in the firmament of the heaven to give light upon the earth, and to rule over the day and over the nights, and to divide the lights from the darkness. And the power Yahweh saw that it was good. Verse 19, and the evening and the morning were the fourth day. 20, and God said, let the waters bring forth abundantly the moving creatures that have life, and the fowl that may be fly above the earth in the open firmament of heaven. Okay, so before all this was made, all the earth and all these animals, creatures, stuff like that you can think of in your mind, you can come up with. The Lord made he made the earth, he made the sets in order, all that nice stuff. Good stuff, I mean. Good stuff the Lord made. He made, so but anyway, this is Jude 1 and 13. Wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars, for whom the gloom of utter darkness has been reserved forever. Yeah, right there. Jude 1 and 13. He says here, wild waves of the sea, casting up the foam of their own shame, wandering stars, for whom the gloom of utter darkness, the galaxies, has been reserved forever. Psalm 19 and 1. A psalm of David. The heavens declare the glory of God, and the sky above proclaims his handiwork. God, it's the Lord's handiwork. These things are amazing. These things the Lord made. Basically, it's like a poster, but it's the galaxy. And like we said, some of those stars that, I forgot what Neutron star they call it, when it explodes, it can spin 600 times per second. And they said they found planets with mountains of lava, blue, red planets. They found some of the loneliest planets that are far from, buried just far, way far beyond anything close to it. As far as another planet being next to it, found planets that rain jewels. So not just diamonds, but even other jewels that can rain upon planets, green planets, planets that have a stronger reflection than mirrors with a light, when you point a light in the mirror.
one that challenges everything we thought we knew about how galaxies.
So these things are amazing. It's all of the Lord, and the Lord once said it once again in Matthew. In my Father's house are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you. He said that to his disciples before he was Yahushua did before he was gonna be go to set off to be crucified.
Evolve.
Yeah.
As these galaxies spin, their motion is tied to the very fabric of the universe, revealing the powerful hidden forces that shape the cosmos in ways we've never imagined. You think this planet is solid? You're wrong. 99.9% of every atom in the Earth is just empty space. But physicist Edward Witten proposed a strange state of matter with no empty space. If a single drop touched Earth, it wouldn't just crush us, it would infect the void. You think this planet is solid? You're wrong. 99.9% of every atom in the Earth is just empty space. But physicist Edward Witten proposed a strange state of matter with no empty space. If a single drop touched Earth, it wouldn't just crush us, it would infect the void. It would collapse the oceans and mountains down to a sphere just 300 meters wide. And the entire human race? 8 billion people. According to physicists, we would all fit inside a single sugar cube. Watch the related video to see.
I gotta play that back because that's pretty amazing there. Listen to the science behind how these planets are and how they're made. And look the colors behind it, the image behind it. If you're looking at the screen, get a better taste on it, idea of it. All right.
Race, 8 billion people. According to physicists, we would all fit inside a single sugar cube. Watch the related video. You think this planet is solid? You're wrong. 99.9% of every atom in the Earth is just empty space. But physicist Edward Witten proposed a strange state of matter with no empty space. If a single drop touched Earth, it wouldn't just crush us, it would infect the void. It would collapse the oceans and mountains down to a sphere just 3.
They said from this planet or this object here. So there's not just planets in the galaxies in space alone. There's certain matters like the star there. When it explodes, these stars when they explode spin 600 times per second. These matters and elements, things like that if you touch this certain element that have chemicals on them, certain chemicals on that we have in the periodic table that we don't know about. They have in space, millions of them, even billions, you could say. Innumerable of them up there in the space, and the shit we have here on Earth we haven't even fully discovered or went into. He still hasn't discovered every animal on Earth or every space on Earth, and this is a big ass fucking planet. So think about the fucking space and how the Lord is gonna show out for us when we get to the kingdom of heaven, man. So the shit we go through here, it's all fucking temporal. It's all bullshit. You gotta think about how what the Father has for you and what He has prepared for you. The Father is saying in the scriptures, man. When you read the scriptures, if you know the scriptures, you can't forget that the Father is telling you, and He's telling you that you have a kingdom prepared for you. For my ass, for your ass, man. All these things, man. It's Deuteronomy 4 and verse 19. Anyway, right here it says, "And beware lest you raise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the hosts of heaven, you be drawn away and bow down to them." Yeah, because these things are so amazing that the heathens would have bowed down to them. That's also in Jeremiah 10 or 13, I think. For the heathen are dismayed at them. It says right here, Deuteronomy 4 and 19, "And beware lest you raise your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun and the moon and the stars, all the hosts of heaven, you'd be drawn away and bow down to them and serve them, because there's things and creatures even that the heathens and peoples that have made gods of, to worship and bow to, because of how amazing they may look, how awesome they look. Like a woman, even just that a simple example of a woman too can look that beautiful, that amazing, that a man would bow down to, or other woman would bow to, praise, worship to, a form of worship, of praise given to them for their looks. How much more of these stars and other things as well, just as much. See, so the Lord knows about these things and how amazing they are, how amazing He designed them to be, to come out to be, to look. Imagine being in them. Imagine to be with that woman as the finest woman, and that maybe seem like the finest woman in all Israel and all the world. Get the finest place. That's the finest damn spot right there. It's a lot, but just to give you an idea of all the world, of all the earth, that's where this is right here is the best spot right here. Which the Lord said it was the Garden of Eden, paradise that Yahushua is gonna have back to give to each one of us, man. And the Lord, the Father, Yahweh is rewarding for His Son Yahushua. He's gonna get all that Himself as well. These amazing things Solomon had, these things, amazing things. Yahushua, we go through the shit we go through, but once again, it's said right there, John 14:2, um, which in the Greek is monai, meaning rooms, dwelling places, mansions. It's all the same stuff. 14:2. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you. Once again, this is what Yahushua promised, and this verse represents the statement Yahushua made, coming from Him, serves as a promise of hope to His elect, shifting the focus from earthly troubles, the shit we go through, to an eternal heavenly home, because we go through hell here. This ain't our home here. But Yahushua said already, He has a home prepared for us and in store for us. Um, Especially when you're complaining and you're going through it. The Spirit comes back and taps on your head, gives you a light tap on your head, and reminds you and downloads the Spirit to you. And the Father says, man, He tells you, my son, you have a kingdom waiting for you. You have a crown in the whole kingdom waiting for you. You're crying and sighing and complaining about what you're going through here, but you have a kingdom waiting for you, man. And now you look stupid, man. You're crying. You're fucking like, wow, what the fuck was I on, man? Yahushua has a whole key. Yahushua has all these treasures, or the key of David for each one of each one of the 144,000. And we're here complaining, and we're forgetting the whole thing, man. What the Father promised, what Yahushua told us. Proceeding to Revelation 2. It's Revelation, the second chapter, and verse 10. I'm gonna go on down, and I will give thee a crown of life. Once again, John 14:22, and 14:2. This is also the only place in all the Gospels and Scriptures where the Lord says this statement. In particular, in my Father's house are many mansions. The phrase also, this verse is another special thing about this verse is this the statement that Yahushua made there about the mansions. That was one of the last statements He made to His disciples before he was going to go to receive the discipline, His punishment, His judgment, the crucifixion for our judgment too, and punishment, to recompense us, reconcile us back unto the Father.
If a single drop touched Earth, it wouldn't just crush us, it would infect the void. It would collapse the oceans and mountains down to a sphere just 300 meters wide. And the entire human race? 8 billion people. According to physicists, we would all fit inside a single sugar cube. Watch the related video to see where it's hiding. The James Webb Space Telescope has identified a violation of planetary formation. This is PSRJ 23222650b, a Jupiter mass world orbiting a pulsar every 7.8 hours. The gravitational tides are so violent they have distorted the motion of planetary formation. This is PSRJ 23222650b, a Jupiter mass world orbiting a pulsar every 7.8 hours. The gravitational tides are so violent they have distorted the planet into a bizarre, asymmetric lemon shape. The atmosphere is an exotic vacuum of helium and molecular carbon. There is no oxygen, no nitrogen, only soot clouds and
This ain't even the planet. This is just some type of matter. So it's like the planet, the galaxies, few dab in short, real short dabbling research of planets and the galaxies and stuff. There's a lot of things in the galaxies outside of planets and just regular stars and just look have that. Yep. Even though it's amazing just to look at, the sun is itself is amazing. It's still amazing, even though we could see it every day in the summertime. Sometime a lot of it's still amazing to wonder and look when you stare at it. Look at it. It gives you something. It provides vitamins inside of you for you, light and heat, good minerals for you to make you feel good. So I imagine in these other planets or just traveling the galaxies, how that you'll run into things you didn't even know about that would have same functions and make you feel certain feelings like the sun can do. Good feelings, good wonders, mar mar marvelous, in awe to stare at. Few type of vibes, feelings in there. Because that's what, just imagine that's what the sun does. That's what these galaxies, things like that. This ain't even a planet they're describing. It's just something that's they found in the galaxies.
have distorted the planet into a bizarre ace. This is PSRJ 232. The James Webb Space Telescope has identified a violation of planetary formation. This is PSRJ 23222650b, a Jupiter mass world orbiting a pulsar every 7.8 hours.
Also, like, never mind. This is a planet. It's like,
The gravitational tides are so.
but there's planets that don't even look like planets. Won't even feel like planets. Oval-shaped planets, maybe triangle-shaped planets, maybe just a bunch of random type of lines and shapes type planets.
Violent, they have distorted the planet into a bizarre, asymmetric lemon shape. The atmosphere is an exotic vacuum of helium and molecular carbon. There is no oxygen, no nitrogen, only soot clouds and C3 molecules that condense into floating diamond crystals. It is part of a black widow system, where the pulsar's high-energy wind is slowly evaporating the planet's mass. Scientists admit the composition rules out every known formation mechanism in the database.
These planets that you heard what he said. This planet here can, if it's the way its elements are and the way the formations happen, functions and process of these chemicals that you see happening with this specific planet can condense these elements in it to diamond crystals. Other planets that can condense things, it's constantly condensing gold. Who knows?
It is a world that cannot be explained, being consumed by a star that cannot be seen. This is Synapse Snaps. Join the hunt.
This is Hebrews 1 and 2. It says, have in these last days spoken unto us by his Son, yes, Yahushua, whom he hath appointed the heir of all things, by whom also he made the worlds. By whom also he made the worlds. Those in other translations that says planets. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's the JNT. It says planets. Either way, that means cosmos in Greek. Which cosmos, if I'm not mistaken, can means planets, the universe. Well, primarily it meant order or good arrangement or ornament. That's what it originally means, which still works. Planets are an ornament, and now we got to the point. The English, the word for it's the word cosmetic comes from, which is really that's not going into makeup, and even though it can, cosmetic means an ornament, the makeup cosmetics, or it's an ornament a woman puts. It's a English word for cosmetic also can mean refer to, it's a planet term, cosmetic. That's where you get the word for cosmetic brownies or a certain delicious chocolate treat. They call it a cosmetic brownie because of how much flavor it puts in your taste buds. It's like from another. The phrase this is from another planet, another. This can taste so good. This food, this delicacy can taste so good that they can say, have a phrase. This is from another world. So how is the kingdom gonna be when we get it, brothers? And that's what I'm saying there. That's amazing right there. This is originally used to describe a well-ordered arrangement, such as the decoration of a building, or in 1 Peter 3:3, an ornament. The universe/world used to describe the material universe or the earth itself, as in Acts 17:24. I'll pull that up and close out with that, because the point has been made. This is Acts 17:24. The God who made the world and everything in it is the head Lord of heaven and earth, and does not live in temples built by human hands. So Lord made these things. They're amazing. I suggest you to do some research on it. You'll find how amazing these things are. It gives you an idea of how amazing the Lord is, how he made these things. Also, when you just study herbs and stuff like that, those things are amazing. Certain herbs that just amaze you. Certain fruits you've never seen, how they look, how they might taste, will amaze you. All these things. Certain women you've never seen before, that you look at, amaze you. You marvel upon in the flesh. Once again, y'all brothers, you may go to hell here, maybe catching a lot of hell and complain to the Lord. And then the Lord reminds you, the Spirit hits you again, Yahushua, and Father remind you. And they tell you, like, son, you got a kingdom for you. You got a crown for you, waiting for you. A kingdom waiting for you. Malachi 1. Wherein has thou loved us? Because of all that we've been through. You wonder, where has the Lord loved us? It was not Esau, Jacob's brother. Yeah, I love Jacob, and hated Esau, and laid his mountains and heritage waits for the dragons of the wilderness. So we can't forget these things, man. These are important fundamental information that must be kept, and it was kept by the Lord for us. It's gonna stay to be kept in us, because it's by the Lord for us to keep these secrets, these mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, the truth, which you can't do nothing for against the truth, for the truth, and this is what's coming. So that's Shalom. Well, this is for edification and a bar.